Hi everyone, today I am going to tell you a short story, and once again this is about Poonthanam. So actually I read the stories, devotional stories from internet and Mahabharat from a Sanskrit textbook and all other stories. Whichever devotional stories I like, I want to share with you. So let me tell you this story. Poonthanam was a great devotee of Lord Guru Bhairapan, who is no other than Lord Krishna. And he was not well qualified, very highly qualified in Sanskrit and scriptures. So that is why people named him as half poet. At that time also, another great person, great poet, whose name was Melpathur Narayana Bhattathiri. He was also in Kerala. So he already wrote a good number of books and he earned a great name. Most of the time, Poonthanam and Melpathur both are contemporaries, writers. Poonthanam and Melpathur, they both used to recite the slokas or the poems in the Guru Bhairapan temple. Once Poonthanam was reciting, he said, Padmanabho Mara Prabhu. So immediately Melpathur laughed openly. He said, it is not Padmanabha Mara Prabhu, it is Padmanabha Amara Prabhu. And the moment he said this, a celestial voice from the inside shrine came out, I am also Mara Prabhu. And everybody was stunned. So, as you know, Melpathur was proud, means he was very much feeling himself as great and much greater than Poonthanam. The tragedy in life of Poonthanam pushed him more towards Lord Krishna. What was that tragedy? Poonthanam was not having any child for a long days, and at last with the grace of Lord Krishna he was blessed with a son. But unfortunately Poonthanam did all the rituals for the child, but when he fixed the date for his Annaprasanna, by mistake, when his wife put her baby on a mat on the floor in one room, that time the guests, those who were invited, they came and they put the clothes above the baby without looking at him. They didn't know. They put it. So when the time came, Poonthanam's wife went to the room to bring the child for the rituals. But at that time she saw that the child is not there, but the heaps of cloth was there. So when she cleared the clothes, she found that the baby was already dead out of suffocation. Thus Poonthanam was deprived from his child. He didn't like to show his emotion. Somehow, in his dream, Lord Krishna inspired him to spread the verse. Like when the baby Krishna is playing in my mind, do I need a child of my own? And Poonthanam, deeply engrossed, and he deeply engrossed with the devotion with Lord Krishna. Means he worshipped more and more. And thus Poonthanam wrote also so many shlokas, so many poems. one day he wrote one book, Jnanapanna. And while he wrote Jnanapanna, that time Melpathur was suffering with paralysis. And he was also a devotee of Lord Krishna. So he wrote a book, Narayanam. And when this Narayanam was about to complete, that time his paralysis was completely cured. He became very happy. And Poonthanam, he knew very well that Melpathur was much in higher place than him. Melpathur was a great writer. So Poonthanam took his Jnanapanna to him for editing. He requested him to edit. But since Melpathur was in a higher place, he refused to edit and asked Poonthanam to give that book to somebody else for editing. Poonthanam said nothing and he came back. At the very same night, Melpathur saw a dream that as if Lord Krishna appeared before him and said, "O Melpathur, Poonthanam was a much higher place than you. He is a great devotee and his bhakti yoga is in a much higher place than your vibhakti yoga. So, O Melpathur, don't think that you are greater than Poonthanam." The next day morning, Melpathur ran to Poonthanam's house. Then immediately he asked Poonthanam to give his book so that he would edit. Very soberly, Poonthanam brought his book and handed it over to Melpathur. But to the surprise of Melpathur, he saw that the book had no mistake at all. It was completely edited. And he was surprised and he agreed that Poonthanam is much, much higher than him. However, this much is the story. Another beautiful story of Poonthanam is there, but I think in between that I will tell you some other story from either Mahabharata or somewhere else. Then I will continue Poonthanam. Even there are so many devotional bhakti stories of Lord Jagannath and other goddesses, God and goddesses. However, I do believe in God and I do bow my, I do respect to all the devotees, irrespective of any language. Thank you so much.